All right. So at the combine, that's the big news lately. Did you have to request to run the 40? I would think most times specialists don't run the 40.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of requested it just because there was a deal with Adidas that, you know, if you ran it and you wore their shoes, that you could win 10 grand. So that was really the only reason I ran it, was because I was in a position group with tight ends and the offensive linemen and the kickers, and if I won that group, then I could win the 10 grand, and it happened to work out pretty good.
So you did win the money.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that?
Save it up. You know, I don't have a lot of income right now as it is, so it's just kind of nice to have a little cushion there. So just while I'm training and stuff.
When was the last time you run a 40? Did you figure that you would be in that range, or was it a surprise?
Honestly, I've never ran a timed 40, so I didn't really know what my time would be. You know, I knew I was pretty fast, but so I'd just been working on some speed stuff with Doyle, mostly just starts and stuff for the past like 2 weeks prior to the combine. So I mean, I was pretty raw, but you know, it worked out pretty well. So.
When you were running it, did you feel like, okay, I did pretty well, or till you heard the time?
Yeah, I mean, it was like I didn't know what I ran because they don't show it on the big screen there, so I really had no idea. But I went to my phone and I had a text that like said you ran a 4.6, like you were slow, and I was like, oh gosh, like did I run a 4.6 or did I run like a 4.6-8 or what? But yeah, 4.6 I was pretty happy with for just my first time. So.
I've seen it. It's gotten a lot of publicity. What's it been like? Did you think when you were doing it, wow, if I do well here, this is gonna make some noise? Or
yeah, I kind of blew up a lot bigger than I thought it would. But you know, that doesn't really hurt you. You know, going into the draft, just one extra thing you can put on your resume. But you know, at the end of the day, like a scout or like a coach isn't gonna, you know, draft me or pick me up for my 40 time. So.
Did Coach Ferentz and the coaches here know you were? I mean, you guys ran some fakes this year, so they must have thought you were a good enough athlete to be able to make some yards.
Yeah, I think they had some faith in me. They knew I was pretty fast because we practiced a lot of fakes, but we didn't obviously run too many other than the first 2 games. But I think they had some faith in me for.